All right. I believe we're up. I believe we're up, but I just don't have any image yet. You have to cut the camera on. I don't have an image yet. Thank you. Can you cut the camera on, please? Can you, raise up the camera a little bit, please? Appreciate it. Thank you. Can I be heard? Is my mic on? Can I be heard?
God.
Good. All praise to the Most High.
Can you hear me?
You cannot hear me?
God, you can be heard.
Oh, okay. All right. Hallelujah. Did anybody see that action last night?
Yeah, saw it today.
Oh, Khan, I seen that Bishop. It was fire last night.
It
You
was
talking about that garbage fight?
yeah, I'm talking
That was
I'm
trash.
talking about that old man in the ring.
Yeah, I saw that garbage.
Yeah, I saw it.
There's certain things when you get a certain age, you can never go back to.
Jelly, yeah.
and boxing is the young man's sport. Boxing is a young man's sport.
They did that to bring that new fighter out.
Well, like I told Maisha, I pray that the man never get back in the ring again. Because it looked bad.
Khan, he just passed the torch. That's all. That's what that was for.
Yeah, it looked bad. It looked bad. But look on the other bright side, he made about $20 million. Made $20 million in 16 minutes.
Yeah, the YouTube said he died this morning.
Yeah. All right. We're going to get started with the lesson. Hope you all pray for me too, because like I said, I've been under the weather. But all praise to the Most High, we're here. And I think we got what we need for the people. So all praises. All right. The title of today's lesson. The title of today's lesson, if you don't know, is Our Escape, Their Curse. Our escape, their curse. One of the mysteries of the Bible is how are we to escape? And we want to deal with that today. We have lots of people saying lots of things, but we want to deal with the situation. We want to deal with the topics the way we always do, biblically. What we see in scripture, well, that's biblical evidence, that's historical evidence, that's archaeological evidence, facts, what we know, and what the Bible says. So first, let's go to 1 Corinthians 15 and 51. All praises.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 15, verse 51.
Uh-huh.
Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep,
Mm-hmm.
but we shall all be changed.
We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. Let's get Luke 8:17. We're not gonna all sleep mean not all of us when the Messiah returns is going to be dead. Some believers are going to be alive on the earth. So we're not all going to be dead, but we're going to be changed. Those that are asleep, meaning those that have died, and those that remain alive upon the earth, are all going to be changed together at the same time, simultaneously changed. Luke 8:17.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 8, verse 17.
Uh-huh.
For nothing is secret that should not be made manifest,
Come on.
neither anything hid
Mm-hmm.
that should not be known and come
Mhm.
abroad.
And neither is there anything hid, meaning just because something is a mystery doesn't mean it ain't going to be made manifest. Paul in 1 Corinthians says, behold, I show you a mystery. It's a mystery how this thing is going to happen, but I'm going to break it down to you. That's what I show you a mystery being. I'm going to break this thing down to you. It's mysterious how this thing is going to happen, but I'm going to break it down to you. That's what Paul is saying. And there's nothing that's a secret that is not going to be made manifest. Neither is anything hid that is not going to be named, that is not going to be made known. It's going to be made known. All right, Romans 8:11.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 11. But if the spirit of him that raised up Jesus from the dead dwell in you, he that raised up Christ from the dead shall also quicken your mortal bodies by his spirit that dwelleth in you.
So the same way that Yahweh the Messiah was raised up from the dead is the same way those dead bodies is going to be raised up. And by the same spirit, those that are alive and remain are going to be raised up. Those dead bodies going to be raised up. Those that's living are going to be raised up. You got to have the spirit of Christ if you want to be resurrected unto life. Bars. I got bars now. Gotta have the spirit of Christ if you want to be resurrected unto life. Ecclesiasticus, the first chapter. Ecclesiasticus. Chapter 1 and verse 9.
This is the book of Sirach. This is the book of Sirach.
I meant Ecclesiastes. I said Ecclesiasticus. I meant Ecclesiastes.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1 and verse 9. The thing that have been, it is that which shall be.
Mm-hmm.
And that which is done is that which shall be done.
Mm-hmm.
And there is no new thing under the sun.
There's nothing new under the sun. Whatever we see, has been seen before. Verse 10.
Verse 10. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It hath been already of old time, which was before us.
Which was before us. There's nothing you can pull out and say, oh, this thing is new right here. Nothing. Electric cars, been here before. Been there, done that. The Most High is consistent in what he does. He planned, the way he planned our escape, it's the same way. He's boring like that. He doesn't implement new things. He does the same old thing. I saved him like this before. I'm gonna save him like this again. He's consistent. Let's go to Exodus, the 13th chapter of Exodus. There's nothing new under the sun. The way in which he delivered us, he will deliver us again. The way in which we escaped our enemies before, we will escape them again. Exodus 13:21. We gotta lay down the groundwork so we can gain some understanding here. Exodus 13, verses 21 through 22.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 13, verse 21 and 22. And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud.
Say it again.
And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud.
In a pillar of a cloud. Let's hold that. Let's get a precept on the cloud. Let's go to Psalms 104 and verse. Let's see what he's talking about. Let's see what that's talking about. Psalms 104 and 3.
This is the book of Psalms 104, verse 3. He layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot.
He maketh what?
The beams of his chambers in the waters.
Come on.
Who maketh the clouds his chariot.
He maketh the clouds his chariots. Come on.
Who walketh upon the wings of the wind.
Who walketh upon the wings of the wind. So he maketh the clouds his chariot. Someone said I was muted. Did someone put in the chat that I was muted? Am I muted?
No, you're fine.
Okay. All right.
No, you good.
Okay. He maketh the clouds his chariots. Let's go back to Exodus 13. Exodus 13 and 21 again.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 13, verse 21. And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire.
A pillar of cloud, a pillar of fire. A pillar of clouds, a pillar of fire. Hold that. Let's get 2 Kings 6 and 15. What is the pillar of fire? Let's see what it says. What's a pillar of cloud? And what's a pillar of fire?
This is the book of 2 Kings, chapter 6, verse 15. And when the servant of the man, God, was risen early and gone forth, behold, and hosts compassed the city, both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, Alas, my master, how shall we do?
What verse you at?
That was verse 15.
All right, verse 16 and 17. Verse 16 and 17.
Verse 16. And he answered, Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them.
So the young man was asking Elisha, he was like, it's too many of them. The young man was asking Elisha, it's too many of them. Elisha, the prophet Elisha said, don't you worry about that. Fear not, because we be way more. That's kind of like, that was in Ebonics, wasn't it? Y'all gonna say, we be way more. We be way more. We be, don't make me laugh. We be way more of us than it are of them. Right? So let's see what he did. Verse 17.
Verse 17. And Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes.
Open up this young man's eyes. Open his eyes. Come on.
That he may see.
That he may see. Come on.
And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man.
Come on.
And he saw.
And he saw. What did he see? Come on.
And behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire.
Chariots of fire. Come on.
Round about Elisha.
Around about Elisha. Round about Elisha. So we have the pillar of clouds. The pillar of clouds are those chariots of the Most High, and a pillar of fire. The pillar of fire is also those chariots or vehicles of salvation that the Most High utilizes for the salvation of his people. Now that we understand that, let's go back to Exodus 13, verses 21 and 22. Come on.
Book of Exodus, chapter 13, verse 21. To give them light, to go by day and night. Verse 22. He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night. From before the people.
From before the people. When he led us out of our captivity and we escaped by the pillar of cloud by day and by the pillar of fire by night. This is the way we made our escape. This is the way we made our escape. If everybody is not on Zoom that's in here, I probably need to be on Zoom because we got some images we want to show, some videos we want to show. Yeah, the IT guy's not here. I don't know what happened, so I don't know how to hook that up either. All right. All right. Everyone is co-hosting the room. Just begin to let everyone in. Make sure your volume is off, though. You can come in. You don't have to put your mic on. You can ask me right here. You're right here. All right. I'm trying to share my screen with y'all.
Recording in progress.
Y'all gotta cut your volume on. Why you gotta cut your volume on? All right. Here we go. It'll come up on the screen.
Time.
These is called the Thule papers. Poppers. Hypris. So these are the papers that was found by this that this historian had, and then he died, right? And he didn't, and they found him in his amongst his belongings, right? So they were basically intact. So I know that's tiny right there. You can't read it, so I'm gonna read it on the other screen. What it says, and what I'm proving you here is, although we talk about these so-called UFOs or these unidentified, what are they calling them now? Unidentified objects, and now they're calling them phenomena. What are they calling them? Unidentified phenomena or something like that. Throughout our history, other civilizations outside of the Bible have made these claims, right? So at the Thule paper, they call them Thule papers. The Thule papers. This is what it says. In the year 22, in the third month of the winter, in the sixth hour of the day, the scribes of the house of life noticed a circle of fire that was coming from the sky. Now, this is not in the Bible. This is some Egyptian stuff that's in their tombs, right? In their tombs, that was discovered in their tombs. From the mouth it emitted a foul breath. It had no head. Its body was 1 rod long and 1 rod wide. It had no voice. The hearts of the scribes became confused. They threw themselves down on their bellies. And the Egyptians, they were scared when they seen it. Everybody mute yourself? They were scared when they seen it. They reported the thing to Pharaoh. His majesty ordered and has been examined. And as he was meditating on what happened, that it was recorded in the scrolls of the house of life. Now, after some days had passed, these things became more and more numerous in the skies, meaning they started seeing more and more chariots of fire in the sky. More and more numerous in the skies. These things become numerous in the sky. And their splendor exceeded that of the sun and extended to the limits of the 4 angels of the sky. High and wide in the sky was the position from which these fire circles came and went. The army of the Pharaoh looked on with him in the midst. It was after supper. Then these fire circles ascended higher into the sky, and they headed towards the south. Fish and birds then fell from the sky, a marvel never before known since the foundation of their land. And Pharaoh caused incense to be brought to make peace with earth. And what happened was ordered to be written in the annals of the house of life, so that it would be remembered for all time. So this is evidence showing, not only is there biblical evidence showing about these chariots of fire, but also the Egyptians wrote about these chariots of fire. Let's go to Exodus 14 and 13. Exodus 14, and I'm sorry, Exodus 14 and 24.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 24. And it came to pass that in the morning watch, the Lord looked into the hosts of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of the cloud.
So
And covered the host.
listen to what he said. Read it again.
The book of Exodus, chapter 14, and verse 24.
Come on.
And it came to pass
Uh-huh.
that in the morning watch, the Lord looked into the hosts of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of the cloud.
And the cloud. So it says that the Lord looked out of the pillar of the fire at the Egyptians. So whatever the Most High was in, whatever he was in, the accounting is that as he was flying by, and we know this is not Yahweh, the creator of heaven and earth, but this is his representative, Yahweh Shai, the spirit of Yahweh Shai, that was in this object. And as it flew past, he looked out the window. And I'm saying window. He looked out whatever it was, and they could see the figure of a man, but he looked out and seen. He looked at the Egyptians and they looked up, they could see him. Hold on, let me share my screen. There's another Egyptian accounting of said event. Do y'all see that ship-like thing? This is in the sculptured inside of the tombs.
God.
This saucer-looking thing right here. So whatever. Can y'all see me? Can y'all see it? Is it going out? Am I up in Detroit? Am I up?
God.
Con.
All right.
God.
Okay. So you see here, whatever, I don't know what the thing is they carved on the side with the oval shaped eyes and all that. I don't know. Egyptians are a little weird stuff. They do a lot of weird stuff. So I'm not really sure what that is. Sometimes they be a little off because they worship. They got 364 gods that they worship. You know what I'm saying? So they got a God for every day. They got one God. They got a God every day that they worship. So they're a little off. They're already a little crazy. The Hamites are crazy, drinking blood and worshiping whatever. The scurry across their feet. But I know that whatever they've seen, they drew images of, they carved images of, they drew images of, and things like that. So I just wanted you all to see this. This goes along with the scripture. It says, let's read the Exodus 14 and 24 again.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 14 and verse 24. And it came to pass that in the morning watch, the Lord looked into the hosts of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire
Through the pillar of cloud, meaning whatever he was sitting in, he looked down and looked at them, and they looked up and they seen him. Why y'all looking like y'all don't believe me? I didn't say it. I didn't write none of this stuff. It's little things you miss. When you miss little things, you get a whole different understanding. Like, for instance, earlier this week, someone kept texting me about something that I had wrote them 3 weeks ago, a couple weeks ago, and I didn't know what they were talking about. So I had to go look at it, right? So when I looked at it, I said, oh, they didn't hit read more. When you hit read more, now you got more information. You got the whole picture now. You got all of the information. You got all of the info. Now you can make the right connection when you have more information, right? So that's all I'm trying to do for y'all here. I'm trying to give you more information so you can make the right connections to what's going on as to how we're going to get delivered, how we're going to be saved, and what spirit you need to be in order to get delivered. All right. Let me come out of that. Let's get Isaiah 60 and 8.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 8.
Uh-huh.
Who are these that fly as a cloud and as the doves to their window?
Read it again.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 60 and verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
Who are these that fly as a cloud
Come on.
and as the doves to their windows?
And as the doves to their windows. So whatever these objects have, they also have apparently have things that they can look out of. So let's go to Habakkuk 3 and 8.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 3 and verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
Was the Lord displeased against the rivers? Was thine anger against the rivers? Was thy wrath against the sea? That thou didst ride upon thine horses as thy chariots of salvation.
So let's unpack this. Was the Almighty displeased against the rivers? What rivers? Huh? Was thine anger against the rivers? Was thy wrath against the sea? What sea? What's going on here? What is he talking about? It says that thou didst ride upon thy horses and thy chariots of salvation. Chariots of salvation. The same chariots that we've been speaking about is the chariots of salvation is going to deliver us to help us escape out of this place. Those are the chariots that is being talked about here. But what rivers is he talking about? What's going on? Psalms 148:4. Psalms 148:4.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 148 and verse 4.
Uh-huh.
Praise him, ye heavens of heavens,
Mm-hmm.
and ye waters that be above the heavens.
And ye waters that are above the heavens. It's talking about space. Space. When you look at the ocean, you call it the deep blue ocean, right? When you look up at the sky, what color is the sky? The deep blue sky too. Because that's water too. So those are the rivers that he's talking about. Is he angry again? Because he's riding through space. Is he angry against the waters? Meaning because he's coming, flying through space. Is he angry against the waters? What seas? Let's get Psalms 24. Psalms 24, verses 1 and 2.
This is the book
What
of Psalms.
water? What rivers? What sea? Come on.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 24, verse 1. A son of David. The earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof, the world, and they that dwell therein.
Come on. The subject here is earth, verse 22.
For he hath founded it upon the seas.
He founded the earth upon the sea. Space. Water. Come on.
and established it upon the floods.
He established the earth upon the floods. Because when he created the world, when he created the earth, he separated the firmament from the firmament. He created a space in between the water. He created a space in between the water and made dry land in between two volumes of water. Listen, ain't nobody like the Most High. He bad. You understand? He moved upon the face of the deep of the waters and said, separate. And the waters separated, and he created dry space in between the water. That's bad. Now, these clouds of these chariots called clouds are utilized to transport the service of the Most High and are used for the salvation of the people of the Most High. Let's get Habakkuk. Let's go to Habakkuk. Back to Habakkuk 3 and drop down to verse 13.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 3, verse 13. Thou wentest forth for the salvation of thy people.
Come on.
Even for salvation with thine anointed.
We are the anointed, the children of Israel is. Come on.
Thou woundedest the head out of the house of the wicked.
He wounds the head of the house of the wicked, meaning he's destroyed he wounded the head, meaning he's tearing down Esau's kingdom. He wounded the head of the wicked. Come on.
By discovering the foundation unto the neck.
By discovering the foundation to the neck. Drop down to verse 16.
Verse 16. When I heard, my belly trembled.
Mm-hmm.
My lips quivered at the voice.
Come on.
Rottenness entered into my bones.
Now that's scared. It's scared. You scared. If your belly is trembling, your lips is quivering, and rottenness is in your bones, you in fear from what you just seen. Whatever you seen just terrified you. Come on.
And I trembled in myself,
Mm-hmm.
that I might rest in the day of trouble.
He said, I trembled in myself that I might still be asleep. When it says that I might rest, he said that I'm dead. I hope I don't see this. When he said that I might rest in the day of trouble, he said, I promise you I don't want to see this. Everybody talking about some, yay, yay, we can't wait till Yahushua come back. Do you know what you asking for? Do you understand the magnitude of what you're asking to see? I want to see him when he comes. You might not want to see that. Because you might not be a faithful servant. You might not be the one you're going to say, well done to. So you may not want to see that. Because anybody he's not saying well done to, it's going to be terrible for him. Habakkuk the prophet here says, I hope I'm dead when he shows up. That I'm at rest. I don't want to see it. No, please. I don't want to see that. And that's just a vision he's having. He's only making a statement about a vision. The vision was so horrible that his lips is quivering and his bones is rotten. It feel like his bones is rotting on the inside of him from the terribleness that he's witnessing in the vision. Verse 16 again.
Verse 16. When I heard, my belly trembled. My lips quivered at the voice. Rottenness entered into my bones,
Mm-hmm.
and I trembled in myself,
Come on.
that I might rest in the day of trouble.
Come on.
When he cometh up unto the people,
When he cometh up to the people, read,
he will invade them with his troops.
there's millions and millions of chariots of fire that's coming, that's going to bring that's going to bring torment to this earth. Millions of chariots of fire that's coming, that's going to bring torment. That's going to bring torment. No, I'm about the black for real.
I'm trying to do not disturb.
You find it?
Nope.
You have to pull it down. We're good?
I don't know what this thing is that. Oh, here it go.
Yep. Thank you. There's millions upon millions of chariots of fire. There's clouds, what the Bible's calling pillar of clouds and chariots of fire that are coming. That's right. And guess what? They spending trillions of dollars trying to figure out how to fight them. You think this system, you think this world don't know that they out there? They try to make all kind of spooky stuff. Bling, 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 bling. Little green men, all this kind of stuff. They don't know little green men out there. They know that. They know that it's beautiful, big, black, beautiful angels. They know what's out there. They're spending trillions of dollars trying to figure out how are we going to fight that? They already know. It's just you and I, because they know Negroes don't pay attention unless it's let them cook, unless they dancing or something. Yes, I laugh. Y'all know that. Y'all know that song, huh? Let's get Zachariah. Then I got a little short video, 30-second clip. Zechariah 4:6.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 4, verse 6. Then he answered and spake unto me, saying, this is the word of the Lord unto Zerubbabel, saying, not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, saith the Lord of hosts.
But by my spirit, not by power. They spending trillions of dollars. They spending trillions of dollars, bro. But they ain't gonna find the answer. You know why? Because it's not by might, it's not by strength, but it's by the power of the Most High. The way these things can propel, the propulsion system on these chariots of fire, they're not powered by any normal something that you got something that don't make a sound. Not one sound. Move at the speed of light. You can't touch it. You can't follow it. You can't shoot at it. You can't fire at it. It's making you look like nothing. Watch this video. It's only 30 seconds. There's a chariot of fire they shooting at. They're shooting at a chariot of fire. They're trying to hit it. They ain't touching it. It's going through all the bullets. They're trying to hit it. Look, it's gonna come back. It's gonna come back and let them shoot at it again. It can't be touched. I tried to find more on this clip. I couldn't. This the only clip that got out. I'm gonna play it again. I'll play it again. This is the this is over in the Middle East. It's over in the Middle East, as far as I could tell.
It looks like the Middle East.
They're trying to hit it. They're trying to hit it. They're looking at it like, what in the world is this? Trying to hit it. It's not by power and it's not by might, but it's by the Spirit. It's that quickening spirit that we was just talking about, that mystery that we was talking about when we first began the class in 1 Corinthians. In 1 Corinthians, that mystery, that spirit we was talking about in Romans 8 and 11, that spirit that we was talking about. That's how these chariots are powered. You can't measure this thing. You can't measure it. You can't, your brain is too finite to comprehend what's going on here. That's why Elisha said, open up his eyes, this young man's eyes, so he could see. Because the young man, he didn't know. He said, oh man, we in trouble. Because it's way more to them than it is us. He said, open up this young man's eyes so he can see who's really is. And when his eyes was open, he seen chariots of fire on the mountain. He said, okay, we got a whole troop with us. Let's get Ezekiel. Let's go to Ezekiel, the book of Ezekiel. Ezekiel 1 and 13.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 1 and verse 13. As for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire.
Their appearance is like burning coals of fire. Read.
And like the appearance of lamps,
Mm-hmm.
it went up and down among the living creatures,
Come on.
and the fire was bright.
The fire was bright. It was lit up. Come on.
And out of the fire went forth lightning.
Come on. Was that it? All the 13?
That was all the 13.
Drop down to verse 20.
Verse 20. Whithersoever the Spirit was to go, they went.
So that's what I'm saying to you there. They're spending trillions of dollars trying to figure out the propulsion systems of these chariots of fire because they want to be able to maneuver like that. They want to be able to move like that. They're trying to get Elon Musk to put some stuff together. We got to figure out what we got to do so we can be able to fight these things. Right? But just like you say here in Ezekiel 1 and 20, whatsoever the Spirit was to go. These chariots of fire are propelled by the Spirit, just like when Yahweh Shai's return, and we are caught up. We're caught up with him by the Spirit. Whoever got the Spirit of Christ, you wasn't here, I don't think, when I said that. Whoever got the Spirit of Christ, that's the one that's going to be saved, right? That's the one that's going to be saved. So it goes by the Spirit. It goes by the Spirit. Verse 20, Ezekiel 1 and 20.
Verse 20. Whithersoever the Spirit was to go, they went. Thither was their spirit to go. And the wheels were lifted up over against them. For the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels.
The spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. That's why there is no technology to learn. What is the technology of these things? The technology is so far beyond and advanced, there is no technology to learn. Because these chariots of fire operate on the Spirit. They're operating in the Spirit. They're operating in the Spirit. Verse 21.
Verse 21. When those went, these went. And when those stood, these stood. And when those were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up over against them.
Mm-hmm.
For the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels.
They were in the wheels. The wheels are the actual this. The wheels are the actual what's gonna when he says when Yahweh Shai says, come up here, everybody with his spirit is. Everybody with his spirit. Now, if you ain't got a spirit, don't be trying to flap your arms. Don't be trying to flap. Look, people get mad at me. People be logging off. People they don't laugh or nothing. They be like, oh, this ain't no joking matter. This ain't no joking matter. Hold on a second. Let's do it. Let's do to verse 21 one more time, Bob. One more time, D.
Verse 21. When those went, these went.
Mm-hmm.
And when those stood, these stood. And when those were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up over against them.
Mm-hmm.
For the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels.
Within the wheels. The spirit was inside of the whole operating system was being operated by the Spirit. So there ain't no technology that you can gain to figure out how the chariots of fire is being moved. They're operating by that quickening spirit, the same spirit that raised Yahweh Shai, the same spirit that's going to raise those that are alive and remain, the same spirit that's going to raise those that are dead in the grave, those believers that died before he came. The same, he's going to raise them by his spirit. And how are we going to escape? By his spirit. That's how we're going to exchange. Everybody got something. Even the Christian church got something called the rapture. Now, that ain't in the Bible, but hey, neither is nothing they say is in the Bible. Everybody got something to say about what's going to happen. What's going to happen is if you don't have the spirit of the Messiah, HaMashiach, do not have the spirit of Christ, then guess what? You ain't flying. You ain't flying. Them chariots of fire ain't scooping you. They're going to swing low and pass you, sweet chariot, and keep going. They not coming forth to carry you home.
Is that where they get that song from?
That's right. They are. Y'all don't make me laugh. Mm. They are not kept coming forth to carry you home. You don't be sitting there with your thumbs twiddling. What am I trying to say? You better get in the spirit. So when you hear me say that all the time, I say that all the time. Stay in the spirit. Stay in the spirit. Stay in the spirit now. I'll be saying that all the time. Y'all just think that's a bishop over there trying to be deep, telling somebody to stay in the spirit. I'm trying to tell you stay in the spirit so you won't get left. Because I'm trying to stay in the spirit because I want to go. Well, I want to hear that call. I'm in the spirit. I want to go. And don't be trying to grab my feet and stuff because I'm going to kick you. Get off me. I told you. I'm out. Wait, no, I'm out. Gone. To the moon. Let's get Ecclesiasticus 43 and 6. 6 to 8.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 43, verse 6 through 8. He made the moon also to serve in her season, for declaration of times, and a sign of the world.
Good on.
From the moon is the sign of peace, a light that decreaseth in her perfection. The month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her change.
Increasing wonderfully in her changing. Read on.
Being an instrument of the armies above.
Just read that part again.
Being an instrument of the armies above.
Being an instrument of the armies above. Come on.
Shining in the firmament of heaven.
So being an instrument of the armies above. Being an instrument, because you know there's two armies, right? Most High has two armies, two working armies. He has an army that's physically down here on earth, and he has a heavenly host, right? A heavenly host, right? Those that's that's in and out of a whole nother dimension, right? We only operate in the third dimension, right? We pretty soon when he returns, and then we're changed in a moment in the twinkling of an eye, then we'll be able to move throughout facets of time and stuff like that. Right now, we're just primarily dealing with the third dimension, right? Right now, here where we at, right now, right? But the moon is used as a plateau or a jump off spot for the host of heaven. The host of heaven. Now, they have said on the dark side of the moon that they discovered some footprints. It's all just, and they've been trying to figure out what are these prints? Well, they didn't say footprints. They just said prints, right? These unidentifiable prints, we don't know what they are. They know because they read the Bible. You understand what I'm saying? Trust and believe what I'm saying. You see, I have this Bible right here sitting in front of me. I got this Bible right here sitting in front of me. The generals of the command forces, they got the Bibles like that sitting in front of them. Because they know if they want to know what's going on, read the Bible. It's a true book right here. They know. So let me share. I didn't get the picture, but I got the picture, but I didn't put it on. I didn't put it on the power. I want you to go up to Ezekiel 1 and 4 and I'm gonna still share my screen. Well, we get the picture. I want Ezekiel 1. I want verses 4 through 7. I'm gonna try to share it like this. Yeah, here we go.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 1, verse 4. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it. And out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire. Also, out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures. And this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man.
Right. So they look like men that's in these chariots of fire. They look like men. 1.
And everyone had 4 faces.
Uh-huh.
And everyone had 4 wings.
Come on.
And their feet were straight feet.
And their feet was what?
Straight feet.
And their feet was straight feet. Come on.
And the sole of their feet was like the
Mhm.
sole of a calf's foot.
Mm-hmm.
And they sparkled like the color of burnished brass.
Burnished brass is burnt brass. It's like it's been in a furnace. So their feet were straight feet, meaning out long, and the sole of their feet were like a calf foot. So look at the image I have on the screen. I don't consider it a very good image, but yet still one of the images they said it was on the dark side of the moon. You see these are what they're calling prints, but they're not necessarily calling them footprints. They're saying unknown print. They don't know where these prints are coming from. I'm saying that these images of what we just read. These are images of what we just read in verse 7. Everybody see that? All right. Good. Let's go to Zechariah 5 and 3. We're almost done. Zechariah chapter 5, verse 3 and 4.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 5, verse 3. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For every one that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it. And every one that sweareth shall be cut off, as on that side according to it. Verse 4. I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that swear falsely by my name.
Come on.
And it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof.
Meaning what? The whole kingdom of Esau's kingdom or of the wicked is going to be destroyed. Going to be destroyed. Let's go to wisdom. How is that going to happen? Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon. This is how it's going to happen. Wisdom of Solomon 5, start at verse 1.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors.
So then shall, when salvation comes, then the righteous man shall stand in great boldness in the face of the ones that afflicted us. You afflicted me, but now I'm going to stand up in your face and with great boldness, and you never, and I'm gonna make you give account of your deeds for what you did. What you did. This is what they're scared of. When them chariots come and them big black beautiful brothers step up out their chariots, they're gonna say, "Oh my goodness, these niggas the whole time." They
These
was
who?
Negro. They was Negroes the whole time. These big black beautiful brothers come out of here, step out those chariots of fire. They're gonna know that they're done. Right now, Becky, right now, is trying to find her a black husband. Right now. She's
Con.
doing everything she can right now. I heard somebody say con on there. Becky right now is trying to find her a black man somewhere. Please. Just please let me get a brother. Yeah. Let me, Becky. No, Becky. Too late for you. That's right. We're going to handle all that. We're going to handle all of that. Becky, you got to go. You take all your weed with you. That's right. Take all your weed with you, Becky. Verse 2.
Verse 2. When they see it, they should be troubled with terrible fear.
With terrible fear. When they see them chariots of fire and that salvation, they're gonna have terrible fear. They're gonna have rottenness in their bones, like the prophet Habakkuk. They're gonna have rottenness in their bones. Come on.
And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
They're gonna be amazed at the strangeness of what's going on. Do y'all know this is a hostile takeover? When them chariots of fire come, this is a hostile takeover. This is an invasion. Y'all remember the movie Independence Day? Yeah, where you think they got that movie from? They read this. It is a hostile takeover. Was those aliens? They made them monsters, but was those aliens in Independence Day? Was they nice? Did they want to negotiate about anything? When the chariots of fire show up, ain't no negotiation. We ain't about to have a sit down at the UN and parlay about what's going on. Did their nuclear weapons work on Independence Day? The chariots of fire, they ain't gonna be worried. They ain't worried about your weapons, nothing. That's what makes our escape their curse. It's over, folks. It is over. Where we at? Verse 3?
So far beyond all that they look for.
So far beyond all that they can look for, meaning what they imagine in their mind it would be. It's so far beyond that. That's why the prophet said he didn't even want to be alive to see it. Can you imagine that? The Most High is given, so you know this man is favored. The man that's given the message got to be favored because the Most High gave him the vision. Write this vision down and tell your people. He himself who seen it said, I hope I'm dead when this happened. That's how scared he was. And he's favored. Do you understand? Meaning he would be one of the ones getting on the ship. He said, I don't even want to see that. It's going to be so bad. It's not going to be nice. I'm telling you, it's not going to be nice. It's going to be terror, destruction. It's going to be crazy. The whole earth is going to be under a curse when these things show up. Verse 3.
Verse 3. And they, repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit, shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision, and a proverb of reproach.
That's what the whole world gonna say. These are the black folks, the ones we call niggas and spicks and no good. The ones we treated like garbage and trash. These ones right here, we had them in derision, and we had made a proverb of them. At least you ain't a nigger. You don't think they say that? There was a white woman, there was a professor, she used to do this little thing. She would go around and do this seminar, right? What's her name? She had short hair, yeah. And she would go around and do blue-eyed, dark-eyed concept. And the people and the people with the blue eyes, she made feel bad for like an hour or something. She would make them feel like second-class people or something like that. And she said, and she used to ask them after she got done, imagine feeling this your whole entire life. Some people couldn't make it through the experiment for it was on, but this is not even real. Then she asked a question, how many of you would want to trade places with black people? And not a hand went up. She said, I thought y'all liked black people. I thought y'all said y'all like. She said, that lets me know that you know what you're seeing. You know what you are seeing, and you know it's not right. Not a hand went up. How many of y'all like black people? Oh, I love black. I got lots of black friends. I always have them. Yeah. Taught me to put extra mayo in my potato salad and everything. But when it come down to changing places, it's like, oh, dude, don't want to be no nickel. Verse 4.
Verse 4. We fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honor.
And his end to be without honor. Read.
Verse 5. How is he numbered among the children of God?
How is he numbered among? How is this right here? How is this right here numbered the people of Yah? How? Do you see how they live? They ain't got nothing. They ain't organized. All the women are whores. All the guys are drug sellers. All the men are drug sellers or in prison. How is this the people? What? I never accounted them to be in a high place or to be honored. Come on.
And his lot is among the saints.
Read.
Therefore, verse 6, therefore have we erred from the way of truth.
We were lied to, and we lied to ourselves. Come on.
And the light of righteousness have not shined unto us.
Read.
And the sun of righteousness rose not upon us.
So we not going to escape. We're in trouble. We ain't going to escape. Our escape is strange, brothers and sisters. And for a great many of the heathen and of our people, the reality of how it's going to happen is even stranger. Yeah. It's strange. But you must have the spirit of the Messiah if you want to escape. I keep going back to that because that's the way you're going to escape. That's the way you're going to escape. If you do not have the spirit of the Messiah, you will not escape. That involves you repenting, following and keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. And you have to try. Stop lying to yourselves. Stop saying, like, I'm doing, no, you going to damnation. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to be the main one in the wilderness talking about, I told him, put the sword to him, kill him. I told him. Somebody laughing. I didn't lie to him because it'll make me seem like that I wasn't saying what was right, and I got a problem with that. You come to your house shy, I'm the first one. I can't even get down. Listen, I can't get down on my knees, right? So I'm just gonna fall real fast down on the ground, face first. No hand stoppage. No hand stoppage. Whatever I break, he'll heal it. I'm going straight to the ground. I did everything you said to the best of my ability. Whatever they didn't do, whoever you put under the sound of my voice that they didn't do, that's on them. You heal me up, I'm going to get up, I will help you kill them. Y'all think I'm playing? Whatever you want me to do, master, whatever. Because every knee gonna bow and every tongue gonna confess that he is master and he is Lord. Everybody gonna do it. Everybody gonna do it. One way or the other, hook or crook, you're gonna do it. It ain't gonna take no hook, it ain't gonna take no crook for me. I'm just gonna fall straight down to the ground. So brothers and sisters, I want you all to repent. I want you to repent and submit yourselves to the Most High. All right? Because our deliverance is nigh, our escape is near. Our escape is near and imminent. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Folks are still laughing. It's going to happen. All right. That being said, we're going to leave it right there. We're going to leave it right there. So all of you that's watching my social media, thank you for joining us once again. Look forward to seeing you again next week. Most High be praised.